got you! We got you. And more to come.
A few moments later.
We got you! We got you. And more to come. Clown, thug, crook, criminal.
All right, guys. So now that we have a new Speaker of the House in Mike Johnson, hopefully we can deal with the insurrectionist Democrat who pulled a firearm to allegedly obstruct an official congressional proceeding, or at least that's what the story is. And we're talking about Jamaal Bowman, who has now been officially criminally charged for pulling the fire alarm on Capitol Hill. And if you guys don't remember the aftermath of this incident, I will remind you guys. Again, Jamaal Bowman pulled a fire alarm in what a lot of people thought was an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding as Congress was voting on whether or not to keep the government open. Now, Democrats were trying to delay the vote, and as Democrats were trying to delay the vote, Jamaal Bowman pulled the fire alarm. Now, Jamaal Bowman claims that it was an accident, right? That he's so stupid that he can't tell the difference between a fire alarm and a button to open the door.
Do you still stand by your statement that pulling the fire alarm was an accident?
You know, I don't know why this has gotten so much attention. I was literally just in a rush to go vote, man. That's all it was.
Are you afraid of any repercussions, either from leadership or from legally from Capitol Police?
I mean, listen, I take responsibility for what I did, you know, but like I said, I was in a rush to go vote, and, you know, the investigation will sort everything else out.
Have you talked to Jeffries about it?
Oh, yeah, of course, since day one, yes.
How was that conversation?
Well, I got to keep that between me and the leader, so I'm not going to share that publicly here, but we've been in touch with each other.
Yeah, so again, Republicans, in response to this incident, have called for Jamaal Bowman to be censured and expelled for the incident.
And so I would say that it is an appropriate next step to make sure that he is held accountable, that there are consequences for his actions. And look, Democrats that entire afternoon were trying delay tactics. First, they tried to do a motion to adjourn. Then they tried to speak on the floor. Hakeem Jeffries gave a very long speech to try to further delay the vote. And then you saw the fire alarm pulled. So, you know, it's these types of antics that the Democrats are resorting to try to disrupt proceedings. And what kind of message does it send to our young people that they can pull a fire alarm and there's zero consequences? Look, it's not just the act of pulling a fire alarm, which is a violation of D.C. code. But in addition to that, it was during an official proceeding. That is the same thing that they've gone after, you know, those individuals who walked into the Capitol on January 6th. You have to have an equal distribution of justice. You can't say it's disrupted, official proceeding on one hand, and then not hold this man accountable for doing this when we had 12 hours to go and trying to preventing a shutdown of our nation's government.
So the law in D.C., it's a misdemeanor for pulling a fire alarm falsely. It's punishable up to 6 months in jail.
And that's basically what he got, right? He got a misdemeanor charge for pulling the fire alarm, which could possibly land him in jail for 6 months, up to 6 months. So let's read about this. Rep. Jamaal Bowman has been criminally charged with one misdemeanor count for pulling the fire alarm during a House vote. The September 30th incident took place in the Cannon House office building. The charge willing for and knowingly giving a false alarm of fire in violation of D.C. code. The New York Democrat is ordered to appear in court for arraignment on Thursday. Capitol Police have now concluded their investigation into the September 30th incident that Bowman's office described as a mistake. Quote, "We finished our investigation. Our agents gathered all the evidence, packaged it up, and sent the entire case with charges to prosecutors for their consideration," they said in a statement. Bowman, a former school principal, said he had pulled the fire alarm trying to open a door in a rush to get to a vote, but the incident came as Democrats were trying to delay a vote on a bill to extend the government funding deadline and avert a government shutdown. Yeah, so again, I think the charges are too soft, right? I'm glad that he got criminally charged. I mean, that's a step up, okay? Democrats, for the most part, get away with this stuff unless it's super obvious that you're being corrupt, like Bob Menendez, okay? Like, that was so obvious, okay, that they had to go after that guy. And this right here with Jamaal Bowman, again, what he did was obvious. But again, I personally think that he should have got felony charges, right? Should have got felony charges for trying to obstruct an official proceeding. They should have threw the book at him the same way they threw the book at the January 6th protesters, who some of whom were taking a tour of the Capitol, sponsored by the Capitol Police, and got slapped with all types of felony charges, had their rights and freedoms taken away from them, simply for, again, what looked to be some people who were nonviolent, that is, taking a tour of the Capitol. I'm just saying. There is two systems of justice in this country, and it continues to show up time and time and time again. So again, I'm glad that Jamaal Bowman was criminally charged. He is criminally charged. It's a misdemeanor. It will probably end up going away, right? But I think that he should be charged with more steeper charges, right? That's what I believe. Quote, I thought the alarm would open the door. Bowman told reporters about the incident. I was rushing to make a vote. I was trying to get to a door. Bowman pulled a fire alarm in Cannon this morning. A spokesperson for the Congressional Administration Committee said, quote, an investigation into why it was pulled is underway. Bowman called the notion that he pulled the fire alarm to delay a vote, quote, BS. Rep. Brian Steele, chair of the House Administration Committee, said of the charge, quote, Bowman's excuse does not pass the sniff test. After pulling the fire alarm, Rep. Bowman fled the scene, passed by multiple Capitol police officers, and had every opportunity to alert USCP of his mistake. Bowman's stunt incensed Republicans, with Rep. Nicole Malliotakis, representative of New York, drafting a resolution to expel him. But House repercussions for Bowman were derailed by the ouster of Kevin McCarthy and the 3-week impasse to find a speaker that followed. Yeah, so with that being said, we do have a speaker now, which means that, we should definitely, at the very least, censure him and ideally expel him, right? We should expel him from Congress. I'm so serious, okay? Because Capitol Police may be going light on him, but the Republicans should not. And that is what I want to see from the new speaker, Mike Johnson. I want to see some toughness. I want to see the Democrats face consequences for their actions. I want to see them be punished based off the precedents that they set when they were in charge. That is the only way that Republicans are actually going to make change in this country, is to give the Democrats a taste of their own medicine, to allow the pendulum to swing the other way, okay? So, again, with that being said, Jamaal Bowman may get a slap on the wrist when it comes to pulling the fire alarm from the Capitol Police and in the criminal justice system, but I do think the Republicans should try their best to kick the guy out, right, to expel him from Congress. At the very least, he should be censured. But again, like Jamaal Bowman said, nobody is above the law. It appears that he is one of these people that is not above the law. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.